Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is our Greyhawk D&D campaign featuring all of these lovely Patreons. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to our Patreons. Without them, none of what we do here could be possible. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, we do a bunch of different one-shots and really cool marathons. And if you're interested in more information about that, you can check out this link here in chat, or you can come into our Discord. We're going to go ahead and jump right into things. If you do want to interact with this game, there are a couple of ways that you can do so. I'm sorry, I looked at chat and it said, the WTO used add permitted term, look at these babes. I'm sorry. I just thought that was hilarious. It caught me off guard. You can redeem channel points for free to grant a blessing, which is an advantage die to any player at the table, including myself, if you'd like to add an element of fate to the narrative. Every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. Anissa, welcome back. You have been graciously gifted a draw. And let's just start off with it, you know?
Oh boy. Stop.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
Shit. Okay.
Oh no.
Love it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. Please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and a little bit about your character. Let's get a little refresher. We'll start off with Emma.
Hi, everybody. I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. On Twitch, I do TTRPG, RTP, you know what I'm trying to say. I do that stuff. We have a Curse of Strahd game, we have a Kids on Bikes game, and then we have an Avatar game where session 0 for that will be next Friday. Other than that, you can find me here doing one-shots and doing other stuff, and I play Arlen, who is a cleric warlock bad bitch.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next, we have GeekDice.
Hi, folks. I'm GeekDice. You can find me also over Sundays at the Greyhawk Tales channel. Today, once again, I'm playing KayBee. He is a Fenadiri, also known as a house spirit or house fae. And he's a tiny little guy. He's an artificer and he's a wizard. And he's got an itch to follow adventurers. Someday he might be a real adventurer. Let's hope.
Excellent, excellent. Next, we have GodfatherWraith.
Hi, I'm GodfatherWraith. GodfatherWraith _ ESG, or just GodfatherWraith. Tim, pretty much call me anything you want, as long as it's not, I don't have a late for this week, so. All right. I'm playing Garen. He is a rogue who might be a little overpowered for the party, but that's not a bad thing.
No,
not
at all.
And
I'll take full advantage of that. Don't worry.
I'm sure. And thank you to chat for the draws that caused him to be powerful. Love you guys for it. Yeah, he's a human rogue, kind of unsure of how naughty he wants to be, I guess. So we'll see how he proceeds.
That is such a mood. Thank you so much. Next, we have Nisa.
Oh, I'm so bad at introducing myself. Hi, I'm Nisa. You can find me here, hopefully, more often, playing D&D. You can find me on Twitter, where I post a lot about Final Fantasy XIV, because, you know, yeah. I am playing Gem. She is a tiefling bard. She is super chaotic, and I love her, and I hope you all love her, and I'm so happy to be back.
You're so happy you're back too. Yay! Excellent, excellent. And last but certainly not least, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
I can be least, it's fine.
No.
Hi. Hello, I'm Jacob.
Not allowed.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'm not least.
Yay!
However, my name is Jacob. I am Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you like to call me. I am the resident clip guy, master lore. Probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. I play Finn Carson, who is a ranger researcher. Lately, he's just been sort of... He went on a very chaotic adventure last time. He lost a shoe and had to run on hot pavement and got his foot bit by a fish because he just wanted to cool off his foot. And then some woman took apart my shoe, and I now have only a sole to a shoe. But the cool thing that came out of it is KayBee made me an awesome boot that looks so cool, and it's the most comfortable thing in the entire world. So maybe I'll convince him, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, to get me a second one to match, and I'll have 2 cool shoes. But
So-
yeah.
Real quick, can you describe to me what your regular shoe looks like?
Oh, God, I don't know. It's nothing really fancy, I don't think. It's just, a regular, just like maybe a dark colored boot, maybe a little bit of, to match with his robe, maybe a little bit of light purple sprinkled in there. But, like, for the most part, it's just a black boot because it's just nothing fancy.
Okay, awesome. KayBee, can you describe to me what the other boot looks like?
Yes, it is knee-high, supple, formerly saddle leather, very well oiled, very soft and lustrous. The toe has a curl, and on the instep there is a tiny green flower with pink petals.
Yep. Excellent. I love this so much. This is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. All right. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it now. We'll start off a few days ago. So, Jem, you did not join the others as they went to the haunted house. Sorry. No, you did go with them. You were there. And they sent you back to Saltmarsh with the prisoner. And you had secured the prisoner away into your room. And over the last few days, you haven't really been spending a lot of time with the others. You have been doing a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of work here and there. It is very much because of you that the party has been able to stay at the Wicker Goat. They have been given free board and room for the most part because of all the work that you've been doing. And here in Saltmarsh, as you've been wandering around, as the others are off on finishing whatever adventure there is at the haunted house, you find yourself walking along the beach. It is rainy today. You can feel a soft drizzle coming down on you as you are making your way over the sand. How are you feeling about this adventure so far? What are you thinking about? Jem has come a long way, and you are with a group of people that are capable. You have some time alone now to think.
She probably feels pretty content right now. Currently, she's just walking along the beach, sort of enjoying her time alone, her little downtime. She probably has like her flute out, not really any sort of specific tune, but she's just sort of, tooting along. Just playing a little calm tune.
Yeah.
While she's walking, and just she's glad that she's where she is. She's glad of all the friends that she's met so far, and what she's experienced, and she's really wondering what's gonna happen next.
Excellent.
Her and for her group.
Excellent. Yeah. So as you are making your way down the beach here, playing your little tune, it has been somewhat of a habit now over the last few days, you coming back here. And this particular day, it's kind of more of like a misting of rain than actual like heavy rainfall of any kind. It's quite pleasant. It almost feels as if the sea is whispering little drops of water at you. You play a little tune, and you stop catch your breath. As you do, you hear something. Can I get a perception check from you?
For myself, where perception is.
15. Very nice. Okay. You stop your song, and for a split second, it's almost as if you hear an echo of your song, but then you realize that something is copying you. It isn't you. It isn't your flute. You look out towards the ocean. You see the faintest outline of a person in the water. You see them shoulders up. It seems to be someone with long hair.
Well, she is immediately going to go to the water's edge, like, the shore line, and investigate further.
As you begin to approach, what kind of approach are you doing? Are you running over there?
She'll kind of speed walk through the sand as she would have taken her boots off, and so to walk better and speed walk to the shoreline.
Okay.
Just where her feet's getting wet to sort of peer.
Yeah, so as you are making your way closer, you can kind of peer through the fog a little better. And you realize this person in the distance has greenish bluish skin, and that their ears are somewhat webbed. They furl back and they curl upon themselves, kind of like webbed fingers. You can see that there are gills along the side of their throat. Their head slowly begins to sink into the water, and you just see their eyes. And as the rain comes down gently, you see that their eyes shine this sort of golden sheen. They're watching you.
She'd probably put her flute back up to her mouth and play a little bit while watching closely.
Okay.
To see what it does.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me performance at advantage. Very good. 27.
Nice.
That is a crit. Absolutely. So you can go ahead and describe this how you want it to feel, how you want it to sound.
It's probably a very peaceful, sort of haunting sort of tune. Something to sort of put someone at ease.
Okay. Yeah, when you first begin to play it, you see that the head begins to rise a little. And as your song goes on, you can see that they're slowly drifting towards you. They had been staying at bay, the waves kind of crashing against them as they swim there. Now they're letting the tide bring them in. And they are now within throwing distance. You are absolutely certain that this must be merfolk. They slowly raise their head above the water and say, in common, with a very thick accent, "Hello."
Oh, well, hello there.
I hear your song. It is not often that a melody like this can be heard in a place such as foul as Waterdeep. Not Waterdeep. Saltmarsh, wrong place.
Well, do you like it?
I do. It is a tune that reminds me of a childhood memory of mine. I used to know someone.
Really? Tell me about it.
Jesus Christ. She says, a very, very long time ago, my sister was drawn to this place, and she used to sing a melody very close to yours. I've been looking for her for many, many centuries. You get the feeling this person is very, very old, admitting that they are centuries old.
My name's Jem, by the way. What's yours?
A gem, you truly are. My name is... She starts spitting out seawater. Oreza.
Very pretty name. You know what? You are the first merfolk that I've ever actually met. No, wait. Yes.
Oh. It is a pleasure to meet you. I do not think that we will ever meet again. This was nice. Thank you for reminding me of sweeter times.
I will be sure to visit often and play for you. Now that I know you're here.
You see a purple blush go over her cheeks. She just sort of slowly begins to sink down. She waits a moment. Then, bloop, sinks under the water. And you don't see her re-emerge.
Jim will give a sort of like awkward wave to the water and kind of turn back.
Excellent. Do you want to continue down the beach, or do you want to head back towards Saltmarsh proper?
You head back to town, yeah.
Okay. So as you are making your way, turning around, beginning to make your way back towards the village of Saltmarsh, get this strange feeling crawling up your spine. There's something wrong. The storm begins to pick up a little more. Wind begins to push at your back, and you hear thunder rolling overhead. The rain comes down in sheets. And as it does, you can hear the faintest voice on the wind. It seems to be coming out from the ocean. And you hear it. It's almost like your song, the one that you were playing. But it's been twisted. There's something deeply heartbreaking about it. There's no comfort in it. There's only pain. This haunting melody, almost ghostly, washes over you. You begin to shiver. A crack of thunder overhead shocks you, makes you step back. You have drawn the ruin card. All of your clothes, all of your non-magical items disappear. And you find yourself naked on the beach. Thanks, GeekDice.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, GeekDice.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. You're naked now.
Yep.
God. Well. Oh. I mean, honestly, Jem's not that like ashamed. She'd like keep walking
Okay, excellent.
into town.
Yeah.
Right.
So we won't worry too much about the timeline of stuff, but we'll say that by the time you get into the Wicker Goat, this was a moment during one of the downtimes where the entire party is here. You make your way into the Wicker Goat. You find that there are a number of people within. Of course, all of their eyes turn towards you. A few people start clapping. Yeah. And a few people are like, mind your own business.
Jam, did you lose your shoes?
I lost some things. I went to the beach and they washed away. I'm gonna go up to my room now. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah. Hi, by the way.
Hello.
Excellent. So we'll say that you do find a change of clothes, no problem. However, your instruments are gone now. Unless they were magical. Everything that was in your inventory is gone now unless it was magical. Magic potions do count as magic, so you keep those. Yeah. So we'll fast forward a little bit. We'll say that Jem takes care of a few things. And we start the story back up very early in the morning. The group has returned from their trip out towards the wilderness. You defeated the dark threat that was approaching from the Dreadwood. You have found yourselves split. A few of you are upstairs with Quick. I believe... No. Quick is downstairs with Arlen. Yep. KayBee, Garen, Finn, and Jem are all upstairs. And Arlen, you hear the door of the Wicker Goat smash open as a very vibrantly, very eye-catchingly flamboyant person walks in, billows their cloak, and reveals a traveling artist set toolkit. You say, "My name is Hilda Marcy. I am a world-famous painter. I am looking for clients."
Have I heard of this person ever in my life?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
I would love to roll you a history check.
17. Excellent. Okay. As you kind of like look them up and down and survey them, you definitely remember something about Marcy. The Marcy family definitely has some noble roots, especially you as from a noble family. Definitely heard it in your circle. But you don't know any specifics about this person.
Well, if you're looking for good subjects to study, you need to look no further than me.
Ah, a client. You see them beginning to make their way towards you. Hips gently rolling. Long flowing hair. They flick it aside, put a hand on their hip, and look you up and down. Quick, who's on the other side of Jeff. Jeff being the town guard from the gate. Quick looks uneasy. You can see the beady eyes of this Kenku moving between you, Arlen, and the painter. There is a measure of distrust, uncertainty.
Okay, interesting. My name's Arlen. I'm an adventurer. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No, I haven't, but you'll make for a pretty picture. Very well. Let's have a closer look at you. And their hand goes out as if to grab your wrist.
I will allow it.
They grab your wrist and they kind of pull you up towards your feet. And they hold your wrist to the side. Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
I would love to roll you an insight check.
14. Can't quite explain this feeling that you get. It is something new, something you've never really experienced before. Kind of feels like butterflies in your stomach, but it feels wrong. It feels like a sort of electricity static beginning to curl up inside of you. You feel it spread. It moves from your stomach up your arm to the wrist that's being held. And before your very eyes, you see 7 rings beginning to form. They are simple black lines, equidistant from each other, almost as if bracelets. They ink onto your forearm.
And what is this?
They hesitate a moment, seeming confused, and they look at your wrist, and you can see coldness suddenly take them. They stare you straight in the eyes. You feel Charybdis on your hip, gently vibrating. Very suddenly, Hilda releases you, takes a step back. You know what? On second thought, I think I'll keep looking around. I'm sure I'll find a more suitable client.
And what exactly do you mean by that?
There's something in the way that they look at you, almost expectant. They look you up and down again, but there's something different about it this time. Instead of appraising a piece of art, it's something more honed and calculated. Almost like how you would size up a rival. Without saying a word, they turn on their heel, and they slowly begin to walk out of the Wicker Goat.
Okay.
Okay.
As they leave the Wicker Goat, Arlen watches as the light just past the door kind of fades and stops flowing in completely as the door swings shut behind him. She'll kind of not even really completely look over her shoulder towards Quick and John. Was that the guard's name? I forget.
I think it was Jeff. Jeffrey.
She kind of like slightly turns her head like back towards their direction. I'll be back. I've got to check something in my room.
Oh, of course. I need a little bit of a top up. Oh, don't worry, I'll just put it on your tab.
She'll just flick a she'll flick a gold at him.
Oh my god. You see his eyes go wide like saucers. He like struggles to catch it, and you can see that there's like a bit of drool coming down the side. He's like, "Thank you. I'll make sure no one takes your seat."
Appreciate it.
And you see him immediately like tapping on the bar, trying to get Lankis's attention.
Yeah, she'll go upstairs.
Okay. As you go upstairs, I believe you had just finished identifying this strange object.
Yeah, we determined that it's some round object that we can't open and it feels like there's sand inside. That's about all we know.
Mm-hmm. So KayBee is holding this metal ball. KayBee has determined that it is made of lead, and it must be a thin layer of lead for it to not be so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no seam on it. Perfectly smooth all the way around.
I suppose we can we'll take this in town, KayBee, see if we can get something see someone else can kind of look at it. I know you tried your best, and I appreciate it, but I don't know, I just feel like there's something more to this, and just it'd be a little weird for there just to be sand in this. But you know,
Maybe a wizard would know.
I think a wizard would know.
Yeah, maybe we can go. I think Jem wants to go shopping.
Oh yes, of course. And then I guess he'll kind of call out, "Are you Jim? Are you decent?"
Yep. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Well, we're gonna get this this giant orb thing sort of appraised, kind of figure out what's going on. Since we're already heading in town, we figured maybe you'd want to come with. It looks like you lost a lot of the things that you probably would like to have back, or get something similar, and we'd like to help you. Get some of it back.
Oh.
And actually, I could use your help. My coin pouch is kind of heavy. I bring it out, and I fish around in there. I pull out one gold piece and I put it in my pocket, and then I hand my coin pouch to Jem.
Oh.
Let's go shopping.
You know what? I am always down for a shopping trip. She's just gonna put the coin purse away.
Excellent. All
Off
right.
we go.
Yeah. And so we'll do a little bit of a montage here. So we won't we'll handle all the numbers and stuff later off of stream. But yeah, so what are you looking for? You find yourselves in the market, the green market.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, let's take you all on a map. You are all over around you are here. At number 15.
Okay.
So you cross over the bridge, you make your way over to the market. There are a number of different shops available to you. There are vendors of all kinds.
Yep. I guess we'll go. I think first priority will probably be. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I just thought about something. How heavy is this orb again? Is it really heavy or is it light?
It's pretty light.
Can KayBee carry it?
Yeah, it's only
Because-
maybe a pound or two.
Because I'm assuming I still have the egg in my backpack.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you did empty out your backpack, and it is now effectively a giant egg holster.
Okay. All right. That's what I had thought. So I was just thinking, I'm oh man, if this thing's heavy, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of deciding who holds what. Okay, so if KayBee can hold it just fine, then we'll just say KayBee's holding the orb, I'm holding the egg. I guess I'll go over the gem and I'll be like, so do you want to we're gonna probably get this appraised, yes, but do you want to get your stuff first? That way we can just kind of get something that maybe you can sort of get used to again, or whatever you're looking for.
Sure. You know what? That I really didn't have too much on me as far as things, but I
Right. But
would like to have
I-
a weapon again.
Oh, weapon's good, yes.
Armor, weapon, maybe an instrument.
Yeah.
That too. I did lose my favorite flute, which is very unfortunate. I like that thing very much.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, maybe we can find yourself a flute that can sort of maybe not replace, but be in remembrance of your favorite flute.
That would be nice.
All right. So go ahead and tell me what kind of classification of armor you want. Do you want light armor, medium armor? What kind of weapon that you want?
I think I'd probably stick with what she had, which was just probably medium armor, and then I think she had a short sword.
Okay.
With her.
Excellent. Yeah. So we'll say that, a couple of hours pass, you are trying on different kinds of armor, getting them fitted, making sure that they're appropriate and that they're flexible enough for you. You find a couple of different swords and you give them a few twirls and see if they're balanced and all of that. And you effectively manage to get all of the things that you need here. They aren't so outlandish that you can't. You do find that there are no instruments for sale here. However, one of the vendors says, "Oh, you might want to try the Sea Grove of Obad High. I do know that the local druid, they have quite a knack for woodworking. Perhaps they've made a flute or two, or you can commission one."
I will do just that then.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Now, are you going to buy something, or are you just looking?
No,
Um,
I am going. Oh,
Do
If
you
you
have
guys wanna-
spices? I need like spices.
I've got plenty of sea salt.
I look over to Erilyn. I look over to all my companions, and I'm unsure. Well, maybe I'll keep looking around. Thanks.
All right, move along.
That guy's real nice.
Yes, very nice. Yes.
Excellent. Is there anything else that you want to get here at the market? Nope. Okay.
Nothing for me, no.
All right. So as the group of you kind of gather back together, purchasing small things, you have a decision to make. Where do you want to go next? So just as a recap, because it's been a while, there are a few things that are of interest for the group. Tonight is the scheduled clandestine meeting that Garen has at the Empty Net.
Oh.
In about 6 days from KayBee's vision, you need to be at the haunted house with a hooded lantern. And without a real time constraint, you do have the work that was given to you by Anders Solmore to check out the mine that might potentially have undead.
And I think we need to visit the Druid Grove to probably report in after we encountered those intruders, right?
Yeah.
Do we know whereabouts the mine would be?
Yes, the contract was given to you, so you do have like a physical parchment that has all of the details that Anders gave you, and
Yes.
it detailed that you were to go to the main mine outside of Saltmarsh. It's about 7 miles east.
Pretty much an entire day to get there.
Yeah.
Garen doesn't have enough gold.
So the group of you are standing here. Garen, you're thinking you've got a meeting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What does Garen look like as you're pondering over this bit of trouble you have?
Probably looking a little worried, you know, biting on his lip and fingering the contract from Anders. Pondering. Yeah, KayBee. Remember the meeting the other night that I had in the less reputable areas?
Oh, yeah.
I've got to meet them again, and I need more gold than I've got.
I got a gold piece.
Yeah.
I have some gold. You can have some. You can have some of mine.
So KayBee, how much did you get over to Gem?
I gave her everything but one gold piece.
Okay, how much was that?
45 gold, 8 silver, 2 copper.
Okay. Oh god, we have to do...
I know.
How much gold
Math.
do you need?
Yeah.
So, what would happen if Garen were out of town, though?
Jem, I got a short sword. You want my short sword? I'm not very good with it.
I'm very good with the short sword. I can take it.
Here you go.
Okay, I'll say that it basically cost you like 15 gold to get your armor and your sword replaced. Got a very good discount.
Nice.
Still won't be enough.
How much gold do you need?
I need
100.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, well,
how much are you up to now?
So it's what, 15 gold? Or minus 15 gold from that, so 68.
68 gold?
Yeah, he's at 68 with what he has.
68.
How important
Sorry.
is this?
Well, it's some items that could be useful to me, but it also builds reputation, so I might be able to get some information.
I mean, I can help out.
My
I can-
concern is we might be able to do this job for Anders and make money, but we won't make it back in time.
Well, I mean, if I give you a little bit of money now and we get money later, if it gets you out of this predicament.
Okay.
Well,
I will owe you and KayBee and Gem, I guess.
we can sell that signet ring, and you'll have enough money to
Oh.
cover.
Oh,
That's
yes.
right. Do we have anything else that we haven't sold yet?
I also
we-
have a giant gold coin, but I don't know if these people accept giant gold coins.
The value of giant gold plate.
You do get the sense that it is an antique. It's gonna take like a specialist to pawn that off.
We did also have some loot if we look in the loot log.
So I was looking at the loot, yeah.
Longbows, long swords, stuff.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do you want to just narratively say that basically start moving as much stuff as you can to liquidate all of it and gather all the funds for tonight? Is that the plan?
I think that would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
If possible, Arlen would like a moment to herself in Charybdis at some point.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll say that everyone else does go and, like, you go to various markets, you approach, what's her name? Hannah, and you try to, like, sell off a few things, and it does take the whole day. It is going to be an entire day affair. There is quite a bit of haggling. You find that there is some difficulty in trying to move some of this stuff that you have. But essentially, we'll drain all of your gold and say, yes, you have 100 altogether. By the end of, like, all of this. We'll figure it out off the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically going to be pretty broke.
We have at least 100 gold, and Garen's broke until we finish another job.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So while all of that is going, Arlen does manage to slip away. We'll say that the group is currently inside of a general store somewhere, and you are outside. It is quite busy here in Saltmarsh. You see that there are wagons moving about. There are guards patrolling in groups of 3.
Yeah, I think if she could just like go around the corner to like an alley or something, just a little out of the way.
Okay, absolutely. To secret yourself away? What would you like to do?
Yeah. She holds on to the hilt of Charybdis, feeling the corals that grow along it. And she almost whispers, "So, is there anything I should know about that painter that came by earlier?"
The sword responds, and it says, "I am glad that you asked." You hear footsteps at the end of the alleyway that you've secreted yourself away into. And as you turn around, blade in hand, you feel a light sting take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 7 of the rings around your arm. Standing in front of you is that painter, Hilda Marcy. They are not holding their traveler's kit. You see that they are draped in this very luxurious, very extravagant, over-the-top, ostentatious cloak. And peering out over the edge, underneath the folds of it, is another blade. And it is exactly the same as the one you're holding. It seems that your arrival that you were promised has finally arrived.
I've been expecting someone, but I wasn't entirely sure that it was going to be some sort of painter. I was expecting something a little more grand.
Oh, don't you worry. I am experienced, and I'll make quick work of you.
Is that so?
You don't know what you've gotten yourself into, do you?
I believe I could say the same thing about you. I don't think this is something a painter should handle or try to take on themselves. Although you may not have heard of me, I don't think you'll like what you find at the end of my blade.
Well, see them shrug off their cloak. It falls in a heavy heap at their feet. You can see that the blouse on their arm has been rolled up, the one that is bearing the sword. And you see similar lines inked onto their wrist. Instead of 7, they have 6. They flick their wrist, and you can see that their blade begins to turn a deeper, hungrier shade of red. Can I get you to roll me some initiative?
Sure. Could I have used Vigilant Blessing on myself to give me advantage?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. You could sense that this was... It was not like a sudden approach to a fight. You know that there's going to be a fight.
Yeah. So that's 2 7s.
All right. Wait. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Oh my god. Thank you, Chant.
Oh my god. Excellent. Oh, thank
Right?
you so
Oh.
much.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you,
Wow.
thank you. Oh, I'm about to fuck up your day. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Timeout Champ, for the draws for the entire party. Emma, we're starting off with you, baby. Tell me when
All
to
right.
stop.
I hope it's another bad one, but hopefully maybe not Ruin, since I'm
Well,
about to be in
Ruin
a
is
fight.
drawn. It's out of the
Okay,
deck. It doesn't go
cool.
back in the deck today.
Oh.
Now.
Holy shit. Okay. Geek Dice.
Oh no.
Is that a bad or a good? Holy shit. Fuck.
Hopefully
Stop.
it's good.
Okay. Godfather.
Up.
Oh, okay. Nisa. Zombie.
Oh no.
Stop.
Okay. Oh, God. It started going downhill very quickly. All right. Cool. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. You rolled a 7. 7.
And they rolled a 6.
Did they? No, they didn't. Hold on.
I couldn't
Oh,
see their initiative.
you're so silly. I didn't get their sheet open. All right, they rolled a 7 as well, but you go first. Wow, 3 7s. That is nuts.
Wow. What
Oh.
good luck.
All right. So you see, as you are beginning to move and get ready to fight, they match you in speed and prowess. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast blindness on them, please.
Okay. Blindness. Okay. Constitution saving throw. You rolled a 5.
Love it. So they are now blind.
Okay.
They can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of their turns.
All right. The blinded is they automatically fail any ability check that requires sight. Attacks against them have advantage. Their rolls have disadvantage. Excellent. Okay. So tell me what this spell looks like.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like talking hot shit as he draws his sword, and then Arlen just kind of like snaps, and this dark cloud just kind of suddenly appears and covers his eyes, and he maybe like it tries to shake it off and it just won't. And then it will be his turn, I suppose.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so they cry out. You can see one of their hands go up to their eyes and they're trying to somehow restore their vision, but they can't. Instead, they begin to rush towards you where you last had been. And they will try to do... hold on. Let me take this off of Whisper. Okay, they have a multi-attack. They have 2 melee attacks. So these are both going to be at disadvantage. Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one you easily manage to dive out of the way, but the backswing gets you and it cuts you right on the arm.
Okay. For my next trick, they can make their Constitution saving throw again.
Okay.
Also, sorry everybody, I didn't know this would get me into a combat.
It's totally fine. This will not last very long.
Okay, so for my next trick, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Which will summon a spectral form of Charybdis. And I kind of want it just to be like right behind him to maybe even confuse him from where I like actually am.
Okay.
And then that's a bonus action, and I can attack with it the first turn it's used. So that's going to be a d20 plus 5.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that's a nat 20.
Absolutely. It hits.
Okay.
Armor class is 12.
Love it. So this will be 2d8 plus 3. So 11 points of damage.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, you absolutely clobber them.
And then for my action, I will use Charybdis, the real version, to slash him.
Love it. Do it.
Okay. So that's a 20, because it's at advantage.
Yep, that's a hit.
That's 4 points of damage.
Okay. So, with a masterful stroke, almost as soon as this had started, they are taken down. Tell me what this combination blow that ends this person looks like.
Yeah, I think as he rushes, kind of swinging blindly, and manages to catch Arlen, and we'll say kind of like the torso. She begins bleeding heavily, and quickly she summons up her spiritual weapon that stabs him in the back, and he kind of like lunges back from the blow. And she quickly draws Charybdis and swings it upward across his chest, and it cuts incredibly deep as he simply just falls back to the ground.
Excellent. As they crumple, you feel a searing pain in your arm. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Nope.
I love it. All right. Wow, you rolled a nat
one
1
and a nat
and a
20.
20. Okay.
Oh, can I use my advantage or one of my advantages?
Sure. All right. Emma uses one blessing.
Wait, is it more fun?
It's
as
totally
a
up to
story
you.
beat?
It's totally up to you.
I kind of want to fail it.
Okay,
I kind of
all
want
right.
to fail it.
All right. You don't use your blessing. Okay. This searing pain just washes over you. It makes you want to release the weapon, but your fingers involuntarily clutch it even harder. You feel almost as if someone had taken a sharp blade, and if they were going to carve into your flesh, you feel that seventh line. As it is being undone, it erases before your eyes. It feels like someone is carving it out of you. Then there's no trace of it whatsoever. You now have 6 inked lines on your arm.
You can't do this to me, Stella. You can't have me fight my sword 7 evil X's.
When you look down at the remains of Hilda Marcy, their version of Charybdis is gone. It seems to have vanished in a puff of smoke. And instead, clutched in their hand, is something glowing red. You hear the blade as it vibrates in your hand. Tells you, take it. You've earned it. This is your reward.
I'll kneel down and pick it up.
You have drawn the key card. La 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 la.
What'd that do?
You instantly get a rare or rarer magic item.
Ooh.
In this case, you clutch what appears to be some kind of an amulet. You see that this is a very simple golden chain, and in the pendant that it bears, it almost looks like a knot of a ruby. It is not refined, but it seems to be shaped like a heart. Upon touching it, you feel a spark between your fingertips. You can tell this is very, very magical.
Okay. I will hold on to it, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Just so that when I return to my party, they don't see me injured and worry.
Okay.
And then
you go ahead.
she'll kind of leave the alley from a different direction and then circle back to the building.
Okay, you abandon the body of Hilda Marcy, world-renowned, well-traveled painter. You make your way back towards the general store, right as everyone is exiting.
Get anything good?
Yeah, got some pretty nice things. You look pretty out of breath. Ireland, are you okay?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
fine. It's just it's a hot day.
Mm-hmm. Like, kind of okay, kind of coolish outside, but okay.
But I'm used
Light
to living in
breeze.
the water, so it's different for me.
Excellent. So I think, like, by now everyone's finished shopping and you have all the things that you need. And you begin to review your different options here. You do have some time before it's nightfall. And you have successfully gathered together 100 gold pieces. It was really rough, but you managed to do it. You can either retire for the night, or you could go visit the grove, or whatever else you want.
How long does it take to get to the grove? It's just the other side of the village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's number 29.
Yeah.
Garen, what do you think? Finn, what do you guys think? You think maybe the druid could maybe take care of the egg?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Having a pet owlbear does sound interesting, but at the same time, I'm not good with animals.
No.
Well, let's go see the druid again then.
Yeah.
Okay. Group of you begin to head towards the Kingfisher River. As you walk alongside the winding road, it leads you away from Saltmarsh proper and begins to head towards the outlying farm. As you pass by, you can see that there are a number of people currently working in the field, taking advantage of the nice weather, the overcast sky, where the sun isn't beating down on them. You begin to make your way towards the sea grove of Obad High. As you enter this cluster of trees, you're taking a broken path, mostly made out of dirt. You can tell that this is inaccessible by any large lumbering carts. Maybe a donkey or a sure-footed horse could go through here. But, yeah. It opens up into a clearing, and in this clearing you can see that there are a number of different people. You see that there is some kind of a wooden shrine towards the far side of the clearing. And in between, there seems to be a number of tables. There is an exchange going on between what looks like a trapper and maybe a ranger or a trader. Off to one side, you can see that there are a number of people sitting on wooden pews near the shrine. And all throughout the area, you see seagulls perched everywhere.
Do we see the druid that asked us to look into this?
Yeah, as you're looking around, you see Farron, the halfling druid of Obad High, dressed very, very simply in these murky brown robes, is currently over by the shrine. And next to him is this immense, very, very large frog. Same frog that he had rode away on earlier.
Is this the same druid that I was told can make flutes and such?
Yeah, as you're looking around, it seems like there are no other druids here, so it makes sense that this would be that person.
Okay, just making sure.
Aaron, we took care of the job, but I'd like some clarification on what exactly was it you asked us to look into.
As you kind of approach and make your way up to Farron, you can see that Farron has a number of things in their arms. It appears to be a bowl bearing different kinds of herbs, and you can see that the other item, like perched underneath his arm, seems to be a mortar and pestle. And Farron looks very flustered. You can see that this sort of gaunt, sort of dark-eyed young man is in the middle of doing something. And he says, fuck, I can't remember what voice I gave him. You... Of course, NPC voice number 2, of course. Yes, thank you so much. I will be with you in just a moment. We are about to perform our evening ritual.
Any way we can aid you?
Oh, you see him like trying to offer the bowl to you.
Garen takes the bowl and helps him get everything set up, and then steps off back behind everyone.
Yes, right this way, please.
Sure.
Yes. And you see that there is a large mask. It almost seems to be made out of the bark of a tree. It seems like a green beard. It seems like maybe like meant to replicate an ent or someone that's very elderly, very old, ancient. See like a very large, pronounced nose, some beard that is made out of leaves, personified in this piece of wood. And it is very reverently hung on this wooden shrine. You can see that there are a number of different offerings here, folded very neatly and displayed with great care are a number of different items that instantly catch everyone's eyes. You see a dark leathery cloak. When you look at it, it almost looks as if it's wet. Doesn't seem to be your typical dark leather. Something about it gives it this sort of shiny, perpetually moist sheen. Next to it appears to be a necklace of some kind, a very simple cord with a large animal tooth. And it seems to have a number of runes etched into it. Next to that appears to be a much smaller mask. It seems to be replicating perhaps some kind of a feline creature, definitely a predator. And finally, there is a set of very sharp lens that seem to be made out of crystal. You can tell by the way that they are laying out here that these are offerings to Obad High.
Garen would help place things wherever Farron directed, and then get out of the way. And he's respectful of normal customs of wherever he's at. So
yeah, Farron begins to perform a ritual. Is there anything that anybody wants to do as you see this very clear sort of closing ceremony for the evening in respect of nature, of the day, bountiful blessings, and worshipping the god here, Obad High, nature entity? Anything anyone wants to do?
Seems like a lot of fun. KayBee sits on a bench and he kicks his legs underneath the bench. He's just happy to be here.
I'm glad you say that, KayBee, because you actually feel something interesting. Where's my music? I don't have appropriate music for this.
this is either going to be really awesome or really bad.
So KayBee, as you are just enjoying this, there's a very heady scent of earth here. It is vibrant, it is flourishing. You can smell how moist this dirt is. You can smell how lustrous that the moss is here. The air is warm, but it's comfortable. This is a shaded place. You feel very at home. There's something about this place that is really connecting with you.
I go lay down in the flowers.
Yeah, there's absolutely a small cluster of flowers here. And as you lay down, it almost seems as if they sigh. They embrace you.
I know, right?
KayBee, in the circle of life, the balance of all things, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you feel it. There's this sort of quiet confidence that fills you. Not one that is full of ego, but one that reassures you that you're doing the right thing. You're in the right place at the right time. You have drawn the Star card. You instantly gain +2 to a stat of your choice. Permanently.
Nice.
Wow.
You cannot exceed 24.
Very nice.
Look at that in the sky. I sit upright and I just look around. I know stuff.
Excellent. Is there anything else that... Jem, did you want to do something here?
I was just gonna say she'd probably like very respectfully observe what was going on. You know, she's very interested in other kinds of religions.
Yeah. So as Farron is going about this ritual, it doesn't seem to be that sort of like clerical dogma of like this is how we do things, this is like our place in the universe or anything like that. It's more of one of gratitude. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the rain. And it seems to be more towards the things around you, place you're in, the different forces that work here that make all of this possible. It doesn't seem so much pointed at some entity that is overseeing everything that works here in the universe. And it gives off a very humble, just a very wholesome vibe. And you can see that Farron takes a number of these different herbs and burns them, mashes them up, sprinkles a few of them in the sea air, takes it away. And the evening sun begins to sink down. As the night sky begins to slowly wash over, taking the horizon into shades of purple and orange, Garen begins to approach you as others begin to leave. I appreciate your patience. What news have you?
Yes, we encountered 3 hobgoblins that were ambushed by some dire wolves, I think they were.
Oh. What's this? Foreboding news?
Yeah, I know you weren't completely sure, but I'm not sure whether the dire wolves were what we were there to take down or the hobgoblins. Either way, they're all downed and we have returned.
Oh, very good. You can see Farron begins to nervously pull at his goatee.
Oh, and we also have an owlbear egg.
A what?
An owlbear egg. The mother appears to have been killed, and so I took the egg, and now I'm like, I really don't know what to do with it.
Oh?
We think you might be the best suited for caring for such a thing.
You display the egg.
Yeah, Garen would bring Finn over and show him the egg.
Hello, yes. And takes off his backpack and opens up his backpack and said egg.
See Farron take his tiny fists and put them on his tiny hips, and he says, well, course of nature would have taken this egg and very likely would have met an unfortunate end. I suppose I could take care of it if you wanted me to, but if it is truly an owlbear, it is a predator. And though you may be able to domesticate some of the wildness out of it, its truest form is a wild creature. It is dangerous.
Well,
Yeah.
everything is dangerous in its own right.
That is very true.
Isn't it? Wouldn't it also be part of nature to ensure that it lives to fill its place?
That is also true. So you want me to raise it? What exactly is your expectation?
Well, we don't know how to even hatch the egg to see it born so it can grow and become a predator.
All right. Give it here.
All right. Garen would bring it over.
Okay. So you see Farron kind of struggle in taking this enormous egg, but he does set it down. Yeah, it absolutely is. He sets it down somewhere near the shrine. You can see that he begins to bundle together a couple of different herbs, making a little bit of a nest for it. It will be safe here. Do you have intentions of collecting it once it hatches?
Yes, I suppose we probably will. I can't expect you to do everything for it.
No, it cannot stay here. This is a place of sanctuary.
No, naturally. But as I said, we figured you would understand how to care for it better than us.
Very well. This is the least I can do for you. You helped me. You helped all of Saltmarsh, whether they know it or not.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Mr. Farron. Yeah, when we had to fight those hobgoblins, they had like this mark on their armor that looked like, here, let me make I use prestidigitation and I recreate that symbol, which is the setting sun with claw marks through it. And I say it was kind of painted red. It was carved and stuff. It looked like this.
Yeah, as you display this, you can see that Farron's face goes pale. All the blood runs away from him.
Oh, what's wrong?
And he tries to reach for a hand and he tries to close it to end your spell for you. That is a symbol of dusk druids.
Dusk druids.
They are a dark order. You found this?
It was on their armor. There was 3 of them. Does that mean the dusk druids sent them?
Perhaps. I will have to investigate further on this. Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
Where are they from, those druids?
The Dreadwood.
Do you think that means they're coming?
It is difficult to tell. We don't know very much information about them, other than they do practice necromancy.
Sounds like there might be another mission.
Oh, I would give you a word of caution. The Dreadwood is very dangerous.
Oh, that's okay. I'm with heroes.
All right. Just don't... Remember to come collect your egg.
How long do you think it will take before it hatches?
You see Farron bend over towards the egg, and he begins to run his hands on it. He pushes his ear against it. He licks it. He seems to put some consideration into it and says, I have no idea.
All right. I'll check back often then.
Very well. If I find any more information, I will ask my contacts about the Dusk Druids and their activity. If I discover anything, I will come find you at the Wicker Goat.
All right. Thank you, Farron.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Yes. May Obed High watch over you.
And also you. And then Garen would leave.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do while you're in this sacred earthly place?
Yeah. See if I can find a piece of wood. I'm going to try to carve a flute.
Okay.
I almost forgot about that, actually.
Right?
Excellent. Yeah, you find that this is a place that is very neatly kept. You find that there is a number of, there are a number of different pieces of wood that have been discarded. Probably like naturally fallen branches and curated off of things, dying bark and all of that. You find a cluster of wood that seems to have a bit of a reddish hue to it. Kind of this cherry color.
I'll pick up one of these branches and I'll be looking at it, turning it over my hand. And I look at it and it's not exactly straight, not exactly perfect. I go over to Farron. Master Farron, I need your advice.
Oh, I am no master. Please, I am simply Farron. What can I help you with?
I want to maybe make a flute for my friend. She lost her flute. And I found this stick, but I don't want to take it without asking. Maybe you can tell me what's something good to make a flute.
Oh, and he takes the piece of wood and turns it over in his hands. This is a good piece. Please do not feel as if any of this belongs to me, or anyone for that matter. The earth provides for all of the creatures. Nobody owns this grove.
So all these beautiful magic trees, can I take one of those branches?
Only if you.
Maybe not that one, huh? That's really pretty.
We seek to not harm more than we need to.
Okay.
You can see that he's sweating a little bit, keeping a keener eye on you.
Yeah, I'll spend some time looking for the perfect branch.
Okay. You absolutely do. This one that you find is more peach in color. It seems to be a little more pink than orange. And it is pretty thick, so you do have some wiggle room for carving into it. And if you want to make any elaborate designs, there's room for error. So you can add 1 peach wood branch to your inventory.
Yeah, I think if I find a few different ones, I'd go and I'd consult GM, see what she likes.
Okay. So your options will be one that's kind of an orange cherry color. There's going to be that peach color, and then there's one that's sort of this dark brown.
Ooh. I think she'd probably go for like the pink peach.
Okay, so we'll work on that when we have a chance.
Okay. Excellent. And the group of you begin to make your way back into Waterdeep.
Saltmarsh.
Fuck.
Yes.
Saltmarsh! Jeez. Okay, the reason I keep saying
Garen.
Waterdeep is because the name of this song is Water Keep.
Okay.
Sure.
Gosh darn dang it. Waterdeep is in Forgotten Realms. Wrong world. Okay. Make your way back to Saltmarsh. And you find yourselves over by Sharkfin Bridge. Right here. You know that the empty net is over by number 8. Say that by now it has gotten dark enough that a lot of shops are beginning to close. What'd you like to do?
I think Garen would like to go back to the Wicker Inn and have KayBee do his disguise again, as he had done before.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me disguise kit, KayBee.
Actually, I think what we did before
Yeah.
was a disguise kit and a disguise self spell.
Okay.
Actually, disguise self I can't use anything. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. Okay. 14. So yeah, I'll say that's totally fine. You managed to replicate your disguise. You are ready to hit the unsavory part of Saltmarsh.
8. Oh. Will you back me up again, KayBee?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Garen's going to head over to the open net, wasn't it?
Make your way over to the empty net.
The empty net, yes.
You have a very, very, very heavy pouch of gold on your
Yes,
hip.
he does.
All right, what kind of approach do you want to take here?
He's being very cautious with that much gold clinking around. Probably trying not to draw too much attention to himself, so I'll roll stealth.
Okay.
Can I use?
Ooh.
I have an
Yes,
advantage, right?
you
Can I use
do.
that?
You also have a nat 20.
I'll save that.
Okay, go ahead and roll again for me.
Okay.
Use your blessing. A 10. All right, I mean, it's pretty average, right?
Yeah.
So tonight, there aren't quite that many people here to begin with. You see a few people turn their head to look at you as you enter, but they very quickly turn to mind their own business. As you approach the bar, you find that the bartender is not there currently.
Garen would sit down. Is there anyone nearby?
You can see that there are a couple of people that are kind of spread out through the room, but no one seeming to be like of service.
Where's the keep?
The closest person who is at the end of the bar furthest from you kind of like lifts an eyebrow at you and says, "Back in the kitchen."
I have business with him.
Then go talk to him.
All right. Garen would head back, keeping an eye behind him. Is anyone following him?
No one's following you, but you do hear the person that you were talking to. They just like make a face and you're like, "No, they," just mocking you under their breath, and they take a big swig of their drink. As you make your way into the kitchen, you see that same bartender over in the back, currently feeding the oven a few blocks of wood.
I don't remember if I ever got the guy's name.
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, I've come to pay what is owed. Do you have what you promised?
Person stands up straight and begins to dust their hands. And looks you up and down. "Do you have my gold?"
Right here.
"Let's see it then."
Pouch. Sets it down on the table nearby.
Okay. They slowly walk up. They telegraph all of their movements. You can tell, like, you can interrupt them at any point you want to. They slowly reach over and open the bag. Look inside. Pick it up and begin to slowly pour some of the coins out. Puts it back down. Picks up a coin. Inspects it. Puts it down. All right. Follow me. Leave that there.
What's he pointing to?
He kind of up nods towards the pouch of gold.
Oh. Very well.
He begins to walk towards the back door. Pushes it open, and you see that it leads outside.
Garen getting any indications of...
You want to do like a gut check? Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll me insight. I'll say
Insight?
with that
Alright.
19 perception, as the door pushes open, you can tell that it opens up into maybe like a small like garden of some kind. Seems to be kind of fenced in a little bit. So it's not like leading like out onto the street or like out into the ocean.
Right.
With a 14 insight, you don't really know this guy. He's a complete stranger. But you do get the sense that they're in business mode.
Alright. Garen would hesitate for a moment as he's taking everything in, thinking about it, and then he'd follow.
Leads you outside. Once you're outside, it begins to rain. And he leads you over to a roofed overhang. You see that there is a dark box, and it is half covered with a waxed tarp. Pulls the tarp aside, and he begins to kick the small chest towards you.
Alright. Garen would take the chest. Is it locked?
It has a lock on it, but it is not currently closed or collapsed.
Alright.
You can easily open it.
Yep. He would open it, look inside.
Okay. You find that there are a number of vials in there. None of them are marked. They are all stoppered with cork. And you can see that they are all very neatly organized. To the point where it is probably someone was obsessing over this. There isn't a single stray leaf. There isn't a crumb out of place. As you pull a few of them out, go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Nature or survival?
Either one. They both work. 19. Pick one up. This is absolutely hemlock. You know that this is a poison of some kind.
All right. Garen's satisfied at that. Close it. Lock it. Key.
Of course. They reach into their oily apron and pull a key out. It is a very, very simple looking key. It looks like it is crudely made. And he holds it out to you.
Garen takes it.
The second that you take it, a crack of lightning goes overhead. You can't quite understand why at this particular moment this surge of emotion takes you. But an emotion overwhelms you. It can be any emotion you want. What do you choose?
Garen is hyper paranoid right now.
You are very alert, very vigilant. As this crack of thunder sort of wakes you, you have drawn the Fool card. You lose a memory. What memory would you like to lose? You want a moment to think?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right, so the camera fades away, and KayBee, you are with Garen, correct?
I think if if things went now like they did last time, KayBee didn't follow closely. KayBee kind of followed at a distance and then stood. Even if Garen had gone into the bar and KayBee followed, KayBee didn't crowd him, stayed at a distance observing. And I would imagine if Garen had followed this gentleman behind, I don't know where he is. I don't see him.
Okay. Are you inside the empty net or still outside?
Yes. Yep. Inside the empty net.
Okay.
But I can't see Garen.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. You do notice that it begins to rain, and you could hear the rain coming down on the roof of this place. But we'll fade away from you. Jem, Arlen, and Finn, what are you doing as Garen and KayBee go off on their little side adventure here?
Arlen goes up to her room to have a little chat and try to figure out what this amulet thing is.
Okay. So do you want to put it on and try to attune to it?
Sure, yeah.
All right. You do so. And as you do, you learn that it is an amulet of health. Constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet. If your constitution score is already 19 or higher, nothing happens.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Yeah.
For the audience, I had a 9 constitution before.
Hello, hit points.
Hello.
Pretty
hit
good.
point.
That is
Yeah.
very good.
Wow.
As you kind of like spend the time to wear it and get accustomed to the way it feels heavy. This came to you at a price. You took someone's life for this.
I think Arlen thinks about this. She thinks back, and her mind travels back to that alley, looking down at the man's body bleeding out, blood gushing. She thinks back to her last kill and how emotional she felt as she walked in the forest, and how she fell to her knees and cried. She thinks all these things, and she tries to will up some sort of feeling for this man. some sort of regret, some sort of anguish, anything. And she's not entirely sure why, but for some reason, nothing comes. There's no pain, there's no sadness, there's no regret. There's barely any emotional acknowledgement of it at all.
As you come to this sort of realization, there's a sudden knock on your door, and it sort of jars you out of this meditation, this trance almost.
She snaps out of it. Yeah?
Your door opens, and Quick pushes it aside. Quick lifts up a feathered hand and gestures you out.
She cocks her head a little bit. All right. And she'll stand up and kind of walk out, kind of giving Quick a questioning look.
Quick moves over towards the private lobby that the group of you have on the 3rd floor of the Wicker Goat. And you can see that Quick has brought dinner, and there is an array of different foods on a small table in this very cozy little place.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realize how hungry I actually was. But, yes, I appreciate it.
You see Quick reach down to one of the chairs and pulls it out, makes a flourish, and gestures you to sit down.
All right. And she'll kind of sit down. Is there something going on?
You see him kind of cock his head a little bit. He looks at you with one beady eye. And he steps away, and you see him knocking on Jem's door.
All right.
Jem would open it up, look down and see Quick, and then see all of the food on the table, and like her eyes would instantly light up. She'd make a beeline for the table.
Yeah, like Quick has to move out of the way as you're rushing past him. See his feathers bristling up out of surprise. As they begin to slowly settle down and smooth out, he moves over to Finn's door, gives a knock.
Finn will be in sort of his room, have his amulet open, kind of looking at it, talking to it, and then he'll hear the knock, and he'll be like, "Oh, hold on," and he'll close it, and then he'll say, "Oh, come in."
So as you close it, maybe you just were a little too rough. Maybe something knocked loose during your last combat.
Mm-hmm.
But it breaks in half
Oh.
in your hands. You have drawn the Void card.
Oh.
Something terrible is going to happen to you.
He.
So the second that it breaks, the door opens and Quick is there, and he looks at you.
Oh, and he goes to hide the side with the picture in it, and he's like, sorry, this appears to have broken on me. Would you like?
Makes a very brisk motion for you to follow.
Oh, okay. I'll be right out.
Gives a slow nod and just the door closes.
Okay, and then Finn just kind of scrambles a little bit to find all the pieces, kind of look to see if there's any other pieces that are small little connectors or whatever handing around, and it's like, well, I'll look for them later, and take the 2 solid heart pieces, and I guess he'll just put them in his pocket since he can't really put it around his neck anymore. Just kind of put it in his pocket and go, I gotta be a lot more careful. This thing is way too valuable for me to break this, and walks out his room.
Okay, yeah. So you feel a little nervous, a little on edge as you make your way out. And the 4 of you sit down together and Quick begins to quietly eat. Is there anything that the group of you want to say or do here?
Arlen will grab some sort of fish that's there. And as she begins kind of like tearing into it, she'll look up at Jem. So, you've been missed. Is everything going all right?
Everything's fine. I just needed some time to myself. You know, everything that's happened recently. You know, nice. Collect my thoughts.
Of course. The adventuring life isn't exactly easy. It's not for everyone, but taking little breaks now and then is good.
Exactly. Plus, I was in the middle of making a little song, but unfortunately, I can't exactly finish it at the moment.
Yeah.
That is true. Unfortunately, I don't have any sort of instrument or anything I can give to you, but perhaps once you do have something again, you could play it for us.
Absolutely. I want everyone to hear it. It's something that was inspired by our time together.
I get
Oh, that's
perception.
nice.
Sorry. Did I get
Perception
perception
checks.
checks from all three of you? Jem, this is at advantage for you. Okay. 20 from Arlen, 12 from Jem, 20 from Finn. Okay. You hear that it begins to rain. You can hear the rainfall, the drops pitter-pattering against the glass panes of the third floor here, against the roof overhead. And Arlen and Finn, you swear you can hear the faintest voice on the wind. It is almost imperceptible. It's so quiet. It's probably just whistling of breeze. You know, the sea has quite a bit of a gust to it. But it almost sounds like a sad song.
Does anyone else hear that?
I was just going to ask the same. It sounds sad.
Jem probably has her mouth full of whatever she's eating. Like, hear what?
Yeah, and just as soon as you like bring it to attention, it almost seems to vanish.
Huh. Well, maybe I'm just a little paranoid right now. Yeah, no, to me it sounded like there was something, I don't know, sound like a crying almost, like a sadness of some kind. I don't know, it's just, I heard something that didn't sound pleasant, but maybe it was just the wind. Maybe it was just something the wind caught on. Maybe there's an open window somewhere, there's a breeze, I don't know.
This description does trigger your memory. It sounds like what you heard earlier.
Oh. The not so cat.
No, sorry, that was to Jem.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I was gonna say, did it sound sort of melancholy, like a longing for something
Yes.
sort of tune?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
I heard something like that earlier, while I was still on the shore. I was wondering what that was as well.
Well,
But
are you two down for an adventure? see if we can find where it's coming from?
If it helps, I did hear it right after I met a new friend from the sea.
Oh, you made a friend from the sea.
Very,
Perhaps I know
very
them.
lovely mer person. Very pretty.
Well, I've met a few mer persons. They're quite like Tritons, but tad bit different.
Yeah, I played her the little song and she seemed to like it. And as I was making my way back to town, I heard somewhat of the same tune that I was playing, but I assume it sounded close to some what you heard.
What was her
Sad.
name? Do you remember?
What was her name?
Doreza.
Dereza.
Have I ever heard of Dureza?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know him. But still, we could try to find where this music's coming from.
Does the party want to go now while it's raining?
Ireland's comfortable with rain.
Sure.
I mean, sure, I guess.
As you mentioned, rain and going out now, you can see Quick's feathers beginning to bristle, and he just very deliberately like sinks into his chair, making himself comfortable. He does not seem to be joining you.
That's fine. Quick, we'll be back.
Yeah, it might be best for you to stay. Let the others know where we are.
He gives a very firm nod, and the three of you make your way off. So the camera pans back to Garen. Garen, lightning cracks overhead. You forget something. What do you forget?
Garen, his memory flashes to when he was young, shortly after he had joined the Royal Army. He had saved the commander's life, and when they got back to camp, he was being recognized and awarded for this. You know, the commander's talking about duty and honor, and goes to shake Garen's hand, and just as they go to clasp, that's when everything gets washed out and fades away. In that moment, which was very pivotal in a young man's life, setting him on a course towards honor and duty, is gone.
Oh, I love that. All right. Yeah, so you get this like strange feeling as this like lightning cracks overhead and you're buying this very illegal box of shit. Can't quite put your finger on it, but it's that feeling of deja vu, something about this moment, but it's fleeting, it's gone, and you can see that the bartender gestures very briskly to you to take the box.
He picks it up. How large is the box?
So it's kind of like a personal chest, portable. It is definitely something that would take up the majority of a backpack.
Right,
So
which
it's
his is
not
already
like,
full.
yeah, so, oh.
Uh-oh. Lost Finn.
Oh my god, hold on.
Oh no.
Who's in
Oh.
the wrong spot? Musical
KayBee.
chairs time. Go here. Did I fix it? Yes. Okay. I'm so good at this. Okay.
All right.
Welcome back. Yeah, so he gestures to it and he says, I hope this goes without saying you didn't get that here.
Garen would kind of tuck it under his coat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. I hope I don't see you again.
Indeed. And then he would leave, and if there's a side entrance without going through the inn, he would take that.
Absolutely.
And-
Yeah. So you exit out the garden and you go the long way around. And when you get towards the front, you can see that KayBee is sitting inside. So someone looking in through a window into the empty net, this very seedy, very disreputable place, and there's KayBee, what do they see when they're looking through the window at you?
So tell me, how full is this place?
It's not. There's like 4 or 5 people in this building.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably got a drink, but hardly touch it. And I sit there whittling a piece of wood. Just real casual.
Okay. Yeah, you're like feet don't touch the ground. You're sitting in this. It's not even a chair. It's a barrel, at a larger barrel with a flat plane on it. You're just carving away. Absolutely. Garen, what do? You're outside.
Garen would tap. Does KayBee look up?
Yeah.
He'd
Okay.
flick his head and then take off.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So do you want to head back to the Wicker Goat?
Yes.
Okay. As the two of you head back to the Wicker Goat, this is a perfect time for us to take a quick break. We will be back in about 5 minutes. We're going to go top up our water, do little stretches, and we recommend that you do the same as well. We'll be back here shortly. We're back. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you so much, Lord Gosumba. Really, really appreciate it. Yep, we just finished our break. We had some tea, we had some snacks, and we are now back to play some more D&D. Hello, hello. All right. So the camera will refocus on Erlyn, Jem, and Finn. The 3 of you are making your way down the beach. It is currently raining, and you find as you're making your way out of Saltmarsh proper, maneuvering past the various roads, which are significantly more quiet now as the weather has turned people away and it is now the middle of the night as well. Begin to head, oh my god, this map always throws me off. You begin to head south. So, to the right on this map.
Good.
Yeah. You begin to make your way past, oh shit, okay, hold on. You actually, you gather around here, around number 9 at the market. Just as you're about to head further south in the direction of this little voice that you hear on the wind, you actually run into Garen and KayBee, because they are leaving from number 8.
Oh,
That's
Garen,
right.
KayBee. Have you heard any weird singing tonight?
I listen.
No, I've had other things on my mind.
Okay, well, great. We're trying to track down where this weird singing's coming from. Perhaps you'd like to join us?
Okay.
I've got to get something back to the Wicker Goat. I'll rejoin you.
I could put it in Finn's bag of holding.
Yeah, just put it in the bag of holding.
Good point.
Oh yeah.
At some
Wait.
point in time, I want to get your gear back into your bag, though, Finn.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. My bag is technically empty, isn't it? Mine isn't the bag of holding. It's just the empty
I
bag.
think it would have
Yeah.
made sense, like, as soon as you removed the egg from your backpack, you would have all reshuffled your stuff to where it
Okay.
needs
Okay.
to be.
Yeah.
So-
All right then. Yeah.
Finn, you have all of your equipment back.
Yay. Yeah. That's fine.
All right. Then join Finn's bag of gear in his bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
Right. You get to about here. Very tip of the peninsula. You're looking out towards east. Up. Do you see that there's a small island nearby? There's a bit of a river that breaks off this landmass from the other. It is a sheer drop down. You know that if you tumble over this cliff, you will get very, very hurt, if not die. It is very dangerous, especially the grass underfoot is exceptionally slick. The rain is just getting harder and harder. Can I get perception checks from each and every one of you?
Ooh.
Excellent.
Sure.
We do have a number of blessings. Jem has 2,
Oh.
KayBee has 2, Ireland has 2, Garen 1, Finn 1.
I'll
We'll
use a
one of those
blessing.
blessing.
Okay, so Nisa and Emma will both use a blessing. Okay, so KayBee with a 14, a 17 from Jen. We'll have a 14 from Arlen, 19 from Garen, and Finn. Do you just want to stick with the 6?
You know what? Let me just go ahead and use the blessing. Why not?
Okay, go ahead and re-roll for me.
Okay. Let's hope.
Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
so
we'll go with that.
everyone will be able to perceive. You stand and listen. You hear the rain, you hear the wind, you hear the occasional crack of thunder overhead. And you hear it. All at once, there's a voice. A sad, soft sound. Heartbreaking and longing. And you hear it coming from over here. Just across the water.
Can we make out any words?
No. It's not in a language that you understand.
How long is the distance between the cliff we're on and the cliff on the other side?
It is...
Oh, wow.
Too
Too long.
Mhm.
Pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 300 feet away.
So you said this is a sheer drop, or is it like a slope descending down and it's just a treacherous slope?
It is a sheer drop.
How far down is it?
60?
All right, that's pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we go back down the cliff a bit, I can swim over to that island.
Well, maybe I just send friend. Friend can go take a look. So I reach into my jacket and pull out my little baby owl friend. He flutters his wings and he straightens his feathers a little bit. And I whisper in his ear, "Hey friend, go over there, take a look. Go slow, because I'm going to look through your eyes. Over there." I'll send him
Excellent.
off.
Could I
actually-
get a perception check at disadvantage?
And actually, just to, I guess, acknowledge the rules, I can only really see through his eyes for the first 100 feet. Beyond that, he's going to have to tell me.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. So I look as long as I can. Perception is an 8, and I'm going to use a reroll on that if I could.
Okay, yep. You can use one blessing. Okay. 12. All right. So tell me what it looks like as you possess your familiar.
So my eyes kind of gloss over white. You can't see my iris or my pupil as I look through his eyes. Of course, it only lasts for part of his journey across there. So maybe I can see something. What is that over there? I see a structure or something. But then notionally, he'll only have to tell me what he can see telepathically after that.
Okay. Yeah. So what Friend sees as they're swooping towards this small island, you can definitely see the distinct shape of 2 enormous rune stones on this island. They are deliberately carved and they seem to be mostly rectangular in shape. They are upright and towering, probably very easily like 60 feet tall. But there does come a point where Friend, your owl familiar, reaches a point where the visual cuts off. And as Friend comes in, they begin circling this small island and having a look around. They can see that the island is abandoned. There are no people here that they can see from, above the trees. There are a number of small critters, but nothing significant. It is very difficult for Friend to perceive anything, especially in this storm. And they tell you as they look over towards the standing stones. There seems to have been a metal object at one point, fastened to both of them. What's the intelligence of a familiar? Probably relatively
2.
high, right? 2?
Nope. 2.
2? Okay. So they say that it is just like some kind of metal device that was attached to 2 of them.
Wisdom of 12. Intelligence of 2.
Okay. Yeah, they won't be able to tell you anything other than something metal has broken down over time. And it is identical on each stone.
Okay. So if he doesn't see any creatures, any animals, any people, I share that much. And then I guess he probably begins flying back. Well, I guess there's maybe some statues or some monoliths or something. I don't know. Ruins of something, maybe. A lighthouse. I don't know. Guess we got to go over there.
Yeah, but how do we get there? Now, is that a cliff on the other island as well?
Yes, and it is 60 feet up.
Well, are any of you good at climbing?
No.
Not my favorite thing, but I can do it if needed.
I would say that you are all intelligent enough to pretty much piece together that it will be a difficult task to get up there. It is 300 feet away. It is 60 feet up from the sea level. So very likely you'll have to get a boat.
Well, I mean, Garen's looking at it. It looks like it's, 120 feet directly to the nearest edge from here, but still, yeah, that's 120 feet of water plus another 120 feet climbing down and up.
Yeah.
Well, don't we still have that rowboat from...
I was gonna say, how
Okay.
full can we? And that's at the haunted house.
Did we leave it at the haunted house, or did
yeah,
we
it's
bring
still
it?
I think it's here because we brought stuff back
Yeah.
with us.
Oh, we did. You're right.
You parked it. I think you parked it with a very snotty kid.
Yeah.
Or I'm making that up. I don't know.
That was a couple
that
days
was
ago.
right.
Someone gave
Yeah.
you an
Yeah.
attitude.
A long time ago.
I don't remember.
I don't
All right,
remember
well,
either.
let's go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, if we got the, yeah, let's go get our rowboat.
Do we need like rope and stuff too? Like you're gonna
Yes.
climb?
Garen
Who's gonna
has a rope.
climb?
I've got rope too.
I've got rope and climbing pittance, so
Oh,
I'll swim ahead of you and see if I can set up any rope or anything to help you all climb up.
okay.
Is that good to go alone though?
No, I'm just swimming and climbing. Should be fine.
Okay. So, do you want to just drop 60 feet?
No, I'm gonna
walk around.
walk down here and then swim over.
Okay, excellent. All right. So, as a Triton, you absolutely have no trouble swimming through here. The water is quite rocky. The storm is quite prevalent, and you feel the gust on the wind. Underneath the surface, it's no problem, really. Like, the currents kind of push against you, but you're strong, and you are able. And you eventually make your way to the edge. Cliff is 60 feet up from you.
Okay.
As you are here, you do hear that song. It is stronger.
Okay. I am going to try to climb.
Okay. Are you using any equipment?
Um,
You have pitons.
I don't think I do. No.
Okay. You can see.
I have a rope that I can kind of throw down once I'm up there, but other than that, I'm just climbing so low.
Okay. So you do see that the water has eroded a lot of the cliff face here. So the immediate area around you, especially where the water current has most prevalently rubbed up against over time, is very smooth. It's really hard to find purchase.
Can I use the water to kind of like what's it called? Breaching out of the water? Like breach out of the water and get like a bit of a head start and
yeah,
get
so you can like
higher up.
You can do this. This is going to be really difficult. I'm going to get, we'll say 60 feet. You're still wearing all your gear?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be at disadvantage. It's going to be 3 athletics checks at disadvantage. And we're going to say this is going to be a DC of 17.
Okay, what if I didn't have my armor?
I will lower the DC to 15.
Okay. But
You'd
it's
have
still
to
at
leave your
disadvantage.
armor. Yeah, disadvantage still.
Okay. So we'll say I don't have my armor. We put it in the bag, we'll say.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is not gonna go well.
DC 15, disadvantage. Let's go. 3 times.
Okay. So
17.
13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, so
Yes.
you breach and you begin to
I'm
slide
gonna
down.
use my luck stone.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on. Let me double check what your luck stone does.
Gain advantage on 1 ability check per day.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
So would that give me the 17 since it would have just been a straight roll, or will that?
We'll
I just.
we'll call it. Yeah. So you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So you feel yourself losing purchase and you're beginning to slide down, but you correct yourself. You just feel a surge of power and you manage to push yourself forward. You have succeeded the first check. Everyone else is just like kind of squinting in the darkness, like in the storm, trying to make out like your body up against the cliff face.
This is fine.
You're about 30% up the way.
Okay, cool. Then next roll.
That's a 19. All right, absolutely. You feel pretty confident in yourself. You've made it way past the most difficult part, you know, completely smooth by seawater.
If I use one of my advantages, can I use that 20 and would it be a success on both? Or would it just be darn, okay. That's fine.
Need one more roll, baby. One more roll. 15 or higher. Oh!
Okay, I'm gonna burn one of my advantages.
All right, go ahead. So
and I'll burn the other one to get a 16.
Okay. What an expensive climb.
Right. Ah, I did it.
Emma burns both of her blessings. Okay. You manage to crest over the top of this cliff. You are beaten. This was very difficult. The wind was pushing against you. You lost your handhold a few times. Part of the cliff face deteriorated underneath your boot and started giving away. Sorry, I think you're barefoot, aren't you? You wear boots?
I guess it would be part of my armor, so yeah.
Okay. So you managed to climb over the top. You are tired, but you made it.
Yes. Okay, then I will get my rope and tie it to something up here and throw it over the cliff. It's a 50-foot rope, so it's not going to go the entire way, but I imagine for 2/3 of the trip it'll make it easier for people.
All right. Yeah, you absolutely managed to secure it. Everyone else just kind of watches you. What does anyone want to do?
Have we gotten into the rowboat and have we gotten the rowboat and we're rowing to
Absolutely.
them?
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
leave from the docks area. You begin to row. Who wants to row the boat?
I have strength. I think I have an advantage. Strength.
Does anyone have water vehicle proficiency?
I don't think any of us.
Okay.
No.
Well, wait.
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say, yeah, we don't know about Gem.
No.
Okay, then I don't think
I do
any
not.
of us does.
How about Quick?
Did not
Quick's
join
Ah.
us.
Quick's not there.
Quick's not there.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, Quick is waiting
Quick
for
didn't want to
you.
come with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quick is waiting
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Well, do I know, was Quick a mercenary? Does Quick have naval experience?
That's a great question. I can answer that question because I'm the dungeon master and I know the answer to stuff. Hold on, it's loading.
Because we could go get him.
Yeah,
That would make
absolutely.
sense.
You
It's
know,
kind of
Quick.
on the way.
Yep, Quick is proficient in water vehicles and land vehicles.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that would make total sense. You go into the Wicker Goat. You see Quick is just slowly polishing their short sword and war pick.
Hey, Quick, we need a hero. That's you, man.
As soon as KayBee says something, he stands up. He looks at out the window and sees it's raining, and you can see his feathers bristling.
You're made for this.
He exhales slowly, and he moves to follow you. And then
I'm your biggest fan.
we cut to like the next scene where Quick is like very miserable. You can see that his little feather brows are furrowed, and he's like hunched in, and he's rowing the boat. He is proficient. Let's see, Quick. Quick is actually very strong. Oh my god, he rolled a 21.
Nice.
Yeah, a group of you are like clutching to the boat as you are rowing out. The storm is knocking y'all around like crazy. But Quick does manage to evade some of the rocky outcroppings that you can see, and you do make your way over to the cliffside, and you can see Arlen is way up there and you're way down there.
Right. Yeah, I think Garen would try to scale the gap between where we are and Erlen's rope, and then tie his onto the end without falling. That's probably going to be a lot of checks.
Okay,
hope I don't fail.
so I'm gonna need an athletics check at disadvantage
Right.
because this is gonna be very difficult, and then I'll need a survival check, just normal.
Okay.
Okay, 13.
All right. Is that enough to?
Yeah, that's barely enough.
Okay. And then survival with expertise because I got it last
Very
time.
nice. All right, Garen, describe to me what this looks like. This would have not been possible for anybody else.
Right. So Garen probably I mean this is still within the wave, so it's probably weathered. He's barely catching handholds. Probably slips a little at one point and then finally gets to the rope, pulls himself a little ways up, and then he'll wrap one end of his arm into it, pull his rope, and then just almost to anyone else, it looks like he's just spinning the ropes around, and then there's a perfect sheep shank on there, perfectly tight, and then he lets his rope down for everybody else to grab onto, and then proceeds to climb up.
You see Quick taking that loose end and actually ties it to the rowboat, because it will definitely wash away.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So I will get 3 checks from each person at disadvantage. No. Well, we'll do it normal because of the rope now. The DC will be 12.
Only 2 for Garen since he's already part of the way, correct?
Yeah, so we'll start with Garen. Okay.
Uh-oh. Can
So
I use an...
you have 1 advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
Reroll that.
24. Very good. We'll just say you get up there. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, so Garen climbs up. Right, next we will do Finn.
Rolling athletics.
Yeah, 3 times. Okay, you're good. 22, 16, you're good. Okay. 13, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. You definitely make your way up. Lisa. Time for
This
gem.
will be fun. Okay. Athletics.
Okay, 15, you're good. 15, you're good. 14, you're good. All right. KayBee.
Oh no.
That looks hard.
Oh no.
You see
Let me-
Quick
let-
pick
let
you
me
up.
know-
Quick picks you up and just kind of like pushes you up. It mechanically doesn't do anything, but he tries his best to help you.
I don't know about this. Hey, how is it up there? You see anything? And I just hang on the rope there for a moment. It's like, do you guys see anything up there? I mean, it's all good, nothing to see, right?
DC 13 at normal.
Uh-huh.
10. You fall down into the boat. Quick catches you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll watch the boat.
Quick kind of like gives you a look. You really want to stay?
Yeah, I'll stay. I don't want to die.
So Quick will like help you down and put you into the boat, and you see Quick actually sit down there with you.
You can go. That's okay. It might be fun. I won't be bored. Honest. You can tell me about it later.
Quick looks really uncertain. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. You can tell that Quick does not want to leave you.
It's up to you.
Oh my god. He sits down.
Hey, buddy, thank you.
All right. So KayBee will be out of this next scene. So the group of you join Arlen at the top. You are pretty much in the this corner.
Hey Finn, before we investigate farther, could I get my armor back real quick?
Oh, certainly, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Gives
thank
him
you.
The armor.
And I will re-equip that.
Okay.
All right, so and she starts kind of looking around, trying to pinpoint where the voice is coming from.
Yeah, you can tell it's on the other side of a cluster of trees in between.
Hold on, I'll scout ahead, Garen says.
Okay.
Right.
And I'll roll stealth with expertise this time because I forgot last
Yeah,
time.
absolutely. So you begin to make your way through the trees, and absolutely the storm is helping you here. It quiets all of your movements. Everything is dark and damp. As you peer around a tree, you can see 2 enormous monolithic stones. See that there are a number of runes inscribed on them. Go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage. Okay, 24. You peer with your scout eyes. You are a soldier. You are used to looking at things in the dark. And you are still feeling paranoid from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can make out that on each of the stones, there was probably some kind of a manacle. You can tell that there used to be something, and it was chained between these two stones, spread out. But it seems that the metal restraints have broken down over time.
Alright. Garen will wager a closer look, but he's not going to step out of any cover.
Okay. You go as close as you can, and you can hear that song, that forlorn, heartbreaking song on the wind. It is powerful. It is almost beating against your ears. It is almost overwhelming at this point.
It's coming from these stones. Garen would head back to everyone. Right. I don't see anything. But those stones, something was chained to the stones.
But
And
could you not tell what it was?
no, the chains have worn away, but that voice is coming from there.
Well, guess we should check it out then.
I agree.
All right. What kind of approach do you want to take as a group?
Confident.
Okay.
As in noisy and not stealthily.
You approach the
Walk
stones.
right up there.
You stride on up. You feel the air just instantly get cold. You can see your breath between the raindrops just huff out of you. As you stand in front of these two stones, this dreadful feeling sits in your gut. Does
Garen
anyone want to
has an-
touch them?
Garen has an arrow knock, and he's actually going to go around to
Me.
the opposite side of
Me.
the stones from everyone.
Okay.
I want to touch the stones.
All right. The second you touch them, rune stones light up. Lightning cracks overhead. Thunder shakes the whole island. You can see bright blue light filling the rune stones that are carved into these. And before you, an entity appears. Spectral and incorporeal. You see the ghostly
DM.
visage.
DM,
They're
are they hot?
super fucking hot.
Mm.
They
I
have
knew it.
they have big mommy milkies and they are hot.
Woo! Whoa!
Yeah.
Hello.
And they're
Mommy
also a
milky.
mermaid, by the way.
Hello, hi, hi.
You as they manifest in front of you, the rain seems to stop. And this is where I would say roll for initiative. But this is actually where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh no!
Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. So we're going to be fighting there's a hot mermaid ghost.
I am all about this. Let's go.
All right. So as the screen fades to black, we see what appears to be a small village in front of an elaborate mine. And we hear the sounds of industry. We hear stone being worked. We hear the billowing of a forge nearby. We hear a number of guards shuffling as they shift for new post. And as the guards are turning to replace one another, a dark shadow slips between them. This person, very stealthily, very quietly, maneuvers into the mine. And as darkness washes over them, you see nothing but two pinpoints of red, their burning eyes. As they pass over a lantern, we see a red-haired tabaxi lurking deeper and deeper into the mines outside Saltmarsh. Jem, you have drawn the Flames card. Your little tabaxi boyfriend here is gonna go under some kind of a demonic something. Upgrades? NPCs can level up too, right?
No, I don't
Demon
think
Daddy?
that's allowed.
Oh, okay. Well,
Demon Daddy. Demon Daddy.
I mean, DMs can make up their own crap.
all right. We're gonna go ahead and tell you about who we are, where you can find us, and please tell me what your favorite part of today's episode was. And we're gonna go ahead and start with Zombie.
You never start with me. Hi. I am Jacob. I am Zombie. I am Z. I am whatever you like to call me. Clip Lord, Clip Master. I probably do too many clips. That's up to your own discretion. Today's moment for me. Oh gosh. There's a lot of stuff that happened in this one. I think sort of that whole alley scene with Arlen, kind of like just this whole I'm liking this whole demon sword storyline sort of just keeps building and building and keeps just going. And so I just think the sort of the fight they had, I liked that whole sort of thing. And then obviously the end sequence where we've climbed this whole like Mount Everest style like mountain, and there's this giant like demon possible thing. I don't know. All knows that she's hot and we're fighting her, and I'm very happy. But yeah, those are my favorite parts. And then you can find me on Twitter. I occasionally stream here on Twitch. I mostly am just in Stella's community and Robo's community, just like yelling and doing all kinds of stuff. And if I may really quick, there is someone who is a friend of our community named Adrian, who does a lot of cool TTRPG stuff. Stella's had him on a bunch of times doing stuff, and I of course had to go and buy this.
Oh my god!
This just came in today. So when I got home from work, I was able to grab this out of my mailbox. I sent out a tweet, tagged him in it, and said, "Hey, thank you for all the awesome content you do." Even though I misspelled content, and there's no edit button on Twitter, and I hate it. But other than that, it was really fun. I mean, it's zombie stuff. I'm going to grab at zombie stuff.
We're actually running a one-shot of that for our October marathon.
We are.
Yeah, that's going to be at 2 p.m. on the 23rd. We obviously don't have signups yet, and I have to confirm with Adrian. But yeah, we have loose plans that he's going to run that one-shot of that game. And that's so cool.
It is so cool. It is, really I wanted to share because I know that he's a friend of the channel and just does amazing work. Go, even if you're not into zombies, there's so much other stuff that he's written that's on there. Go support him.
He's got a lot of cool systems.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Adrian's link there in the chat. You can check him out on Twitter under the handle Arnovold. Absolutely, what a great shout out! Thank you so much. Next we have Nisa.
Hello, I'm Nisa. You can find me on Twitter. Basically, I'm mainly in this community. You can find me in Discord and catch me on Twitter talking about, all things Final Fantasy and memes and yeah, certain red-haired cat boy.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good stuff that happened tonight. Probably the whole thing at the beginning with Jem meeting her little mermaid friend, and then at the end with this thing ghost hot mermaid that we're about to fight. I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. Yes, it's gonna be really fun.
Next,
Next,
Daddy.
yes, of course. I would hook you up, baby. Next, we have Godfather.
Okay, yeah. Helps if I'm unmuted when trying to talk, right? So, I'm Godfather or GodfatherWraith. Yeah, I really have no online presence, but I'm usually here in Stella's chat as well as various other friends of the community. So, always feel welcome to say hi. You'll get a hug emote back from me because I always do. So, bye.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, my favorite part. Yes.
That is a full answer. Excellent. Thank you so much. GeekDice.
Yeah, I'm GeekDice. You can find me here and Sundays over at Greyhawk Tales. So what was fun and interesting today? I think KayBee, just looking at it through KayBee's eyes, he's wondering about the life choices that Jem might be making. You know, coming back from the beach and all of her stuff's been stolen. You know, she talked about the beach and how wonderful it was, and it's like, okay. You want to go shopping? So that was an unexpected development, but we are so glad to have Jim back with us today. That's probably my
Yes.
favorite part.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes the cards taketh and sometimes they giveth. Absolute. Thank you so much. Last but certainly not least, we have Emma Panada.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. I do TTRPG stuff because Stella got me addicted to doing the stream stuff with TTRPGs, and I didn't want to take over her channel by DMing all the time. So there I am. But my favorite part, I really loved some of the player choices that were made. One of which being that GeekDice, even though I imagine you knew there would be a counter up on top of the mountain, choosing to not go up, just as that in character choice, I thought was primo. And then also Godfather choosing to forget kind of what honor bounds you. Beautiful. And I can't wait to see that like have consequence in the future.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought both of those were so good.
Yeah, my favorite parts were definitely that, Garen. You know I'm going to be leaning into that. You know I'm going to exploit the fuck out of that.
Right.
You have lost your foundation of honor.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge. I'm so excited as a game master to take that
Juicy.
knife and hone it. It's going to hurt, baby. It's going to be so good. My other favorite part is KayBee chilling in the flowers, just casually getting +2 intelligence, by the way. So, how high is your intelligence now?
23.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yep.
KBB, smart boy.
Smart
It'll be
boy.
okay.
That's like divine levels of stats. You're basically like a minor god in intelligence right now.
But shit with strength.
Yeah. Super
smart
smart, can't climb a cliff.
Smart enough to know that you shouldn't try to climb the cliff.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate y'all being here. This was Secrets of Saltmarsh, our Ghosts of Saltmarsh Patreon campaign set in the world of Greyhawk. If you want more information about what you can get for being a Patreon, you can check out that link there in the chat. We are going to be opening up another Patreon campaign here probably within the next month or two. It's going to be a really busy month here for us. But yeah, we love to play games. We love to introduce people to games. So even if you've never had experience in playing a tabletop game streamed, we can absolutely introduce you to that and help you feel comfortable. Thank you so much for all the love, all the raids, and all of the support. Without y'all, none of this would be possible. Love y'all with all my heart. We'll be back with Secrets of Saltmarsh in... I should definitely check my calendar for this because this is a weird month for me.
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
I think
Yes.
it's 2 weeks.
Yep, exactly. So we're going to be back in 2 weeks on the 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be back the week after that because we had to shift some stuff around. because I will not be here next Thursday. So 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we hope to see you there. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye!